So what happens to our veterans benefits in the event of a government shutdown? The main thing you need to know, because we're here talking about veterans benefits and getting paid, our payments were approved in last year's budget. So it's already budgeted. So if the entire government shut down right now, we'd be good because we're in last year's budget. Obviously, if it stayed like that forever, we might have some problems for next year. But I guarantee you those idiots in Congress, if they didn't pass our budget, they'd have a lot bigger problems to worry about, like no job. Like it's just, doesn't make any sense for them not to pass the veterans budget. But that would be going forward for next year. Again, that's not going to be a problem either because they don't care about us. They treat us like shit, all that kind of stuff, give us horrible service, make us fight for our benefits. But once we actually do get them, we get paid, period, regardless of what government shutdown is or is not happening. But anyway, let's go through this list here and look at some of the things that are impacted and some of the things that are not impacted. So here are services to veterans not impacted. Veteran health care is not impacted. So VA medical centers, outpatient clinics, and vet centers will be open. VA benefits will continue to be processed and delivered, including compensation, pension, education, and housing benefits. Burials will continue at VA national cemeteries. Applications for headstones, markers, and burial benefits processing will continue. The Board of Veterans Appeals will continue decisions on veterans cases. VA contact centers and the Veterans Crisis Line are open 24/7. So these are all things that are going to stay in place. The main one here that's important to me is the veterans benefits. Is that check going to keep rolling in, or is that direct deposit going to keep rolling in? Let's look at some of the things that could potentially be impacted. The VA will not provide veteran career counseling or transition assistant program activities. The GI Bill hotline will be closed. VA benefits regional offices will be closed. VA will cease public affairs and outreach to veterans. VA will not permanently place headstones or maintain the grounds at VA national cemeteries. VA will not process applications for pre-need burials. VA will not print new presidential memorial certificates. Here's one that's confusing here, and there's a couple other questions I want to address, but this is the main one that I've seen so far. So how is it that the Veterans Benefits Administration is still going to be processing claims, but they're also closed at the regional office level? So here's what they mean by that. The regional offices are closed because non-essential personnel won't be working. Janitors, secretaries, no offense if you're in one of these career fields, you're just non-essential. They'd say I'm non-essential too, so welcome to the club. So there's, certain jobs like that, janitors, some security, anything they consider non-essential would mean that, the regional office is essentially closed. The Veterans Benefits Administration processing claims, they are still going to be working. A lot of those guys and gals are still actually working from home. So I'm sure they're not going to be impacted at all if the janitor comes to work or if the security guard's not there. ESRs, raters, decision review officers, those are all considered essential jobs. They don't fall under the non-essential personnel. They're essential personnel. So they're going to continue to work and continue to process our claims, and they're going to continue to do it at slower than ever. I can't imagine this is going to speed them up. That would be interesting to see. But I wouldn't even expect it to go slower. How could they possibly go slower than they already go? So I would say status quo on this part. Another thing about this is the VA has funding in place until October 10th. So this shutdown thing's going to be happening over the next week or so. Most likely this will pass and you will have funding to get through your VRE or whatever program that is on this list here. So also keep that in mind. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you if the government's going to shut down, how much of it's going to shut down. I just wanted to let you know what for sure will get shut down and what won't get shut down based on this idea of essential versus non-essential services and personnel. Thanks for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, consider hitting the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website and in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form, boom, you're done.